stumping this leg. As we're playing the game, swim inside. Again, Crippy wants to re-swim, but I'm keeping my elbow tucked and my hand can stop him getting that profile. Then I switch the grips. Sometimes I'll grab on him, just float him down. And then I just sprawl back and push the knee down and then I'm passing this side. Let's look about stuffing this leg. So, from our position here, again, I'm going to swim inside. If the sole of Crippy's foot is I can see the sole of his foot. That's good for him, but bad for me. So what I'm after is the minute I swim inside, I push it down. I never want to see the sole of his foot. Anytime you just swim inside to here, he can just re-pummel. See the way you can constantly, the sole of his foot's pointing up. This is what I'm looking here. Then I'll push this down. And even though Crippy's got his foot on my hip, I can keep his limb down and then just move my lad across. And then I'd be moving in this way. So I'm moving into the folding lance. I'm not going into details on that. Switch positions, but let's look about when we can use the lasso again. So when we originally started this on week 1, I snagged that first grip. Okay, I was looking for the collar but Crippy posture. So that's when I threw in the shallow lasso. That was really the only use for it then. So now I brought this knee up and I kept it live. He can't pass until he makes a grip on this side. The minute he made the grip, I found the collar. That lasso went back to the hip and then I brought my foot up and we were back into the game. Yeah, that makes sense? But we have another way of using the lasso if he stuffs this leg. So say we're playing the game. Again, if he swims inside, I'm swimming inside. But if he swims inside and then pushes my leg down to the point the sole of my foot's down, that's stuffed. I know his next move, or talk about anticipation, is to pass to my right, his left. So now we need some sort of way of recovering this leg. So the first thing I'm going to do is, if he's quite close to me, I'll push on the hip, and I'm just going to throw in the shallow lasso again. Then I let go of the collar, and my hand, I can't free this leg. If I try to bring the sole of my foot up so Crippy can see it, I can't, because he's got mobility, he's controlling the mobility of my leg. But my hand lets go of the collar, and I just turn and make a C grip on his wrist here. Now as he tries to pass, I just hold that down, and now I can circle my foot to the inside and find that shoulder again. My hand comes back to the collar. Again, I don't want to keep shallow lasso. Foot's coming back to the hip, and we're back into the whole game again. Okay? So he wants to swim inside, I'm swimming inside. He swims inside and stuffs my foot. His next move is to move to here. I immediately let go of the collar and find the wrist and throw in the shallow lasso. Now as he moves that way, keep passing, I bring my foot back up again, find the collar, foot's back in the hip, and I'm back into the whole game again. You need this skill in your game. There'll be a massive hole in your collar and sleeve game if you haven't got this skill. Because everyone wants to stuff that leg, and if you haven't got that anticipation just to get your leg back into the game again, you're just going to get your guard past every single time. So, I make that first grip. Crippy's postured, so I threw in the shallow lasso. We did this in week 1. I want that he's posturing. I just bring this knee up. He has to bend over to make that grip. The minute he does, I find the collar. I'm back into collar and sleeve, playing the whole game. He swims inside, I swim inside. See the way I've got the sole of my foot? You can see the sole of my foot. But now he swims inside and pushes this down and moves to my right. Immediately, I let go of the collar, grab his wrist and put in the shallow lasso. Keep moving that way. Now, as he moves, the shallow lasso keeps him in front of me. Does that make sense? Take it back a step, just move back to here. If I keep the foot on the hip and just hold this, as he moves, he's going to clear my knee and just throw it under me. Okay? The reason when I switch from here to here and throw the lasso, no matter how far your arms go, I can use the profile of my foot to keep him in front of me. Does that make sense? Now from that position, it's quite easy for me, I've made that wedge, just to circle my foot to the inside. Now I don't need that. I find the collar, and I'm going back to the hip. Just get, so we're here, one collar and sleeve, in position, he swims inside, he pushes that down, immediately I throw in that shallow lasso and I make that grip. He circles, keep circling, keep circling, keep circling. I can keep him in front of me, indefinitely. So from there, I just bring this inside and find somewhere between his bicep and his shoulder. Now when I come back to here, another reaction people can do as good players, you step forward with that right leg and bring his elbow to his knee. Pull that in tight. Notice the way now there's no profile for me to go back to collar and sleeve with foot on the hip. If that's the case, he's already giving me the De La Riva hook. We address things that we can play collar and sleeve with the De La Riva hook. But if it is there, I'm coming back to this position and then we're back into the game again. So he swims inside, I swim inside, he swims inside and stuffs this. Immediately in one move I let go of the collar, make a wedge and throw in that shallow lasso. As he tries to pass, immediately I get my sole of my foot in front so you can see it, find the collar and back into the whole game again where I can start to look for my solutions. Okay, that's for that guys.